Hey, what's up, everybody? This is how we prepare the Humuhumu ele ele, or the black triggerfish. So I take my fillet knife and I poke it in. The skin is like super hard, and I'm just making my initial cut. The skin is like crazy hard, it's like armor. So I cut up along the sides, then run the knife through, and now I'm going to run the knife along the spine to remove the fillet. So you can only get in so far because then you run into these bones. So I don't use the knife at this point to finish it. So that's as far as it goes. And now I'm going to get my scissors, my kitchen shears, and I'm going to cut it out. So even with the shears, it's pretty hard. You got to find your way around the bones, and so you can hear the skin being cut. So right at the top, there's this one bone slash cartilage. So I'm gonna break through it and remove the fillet. So there's one. And then you can see hardly any meat left on the bone. And then, so I'm gonna grab the end, run my fillet knife gently along the skin, and it should peel right off. And here we go. Look at that. Nothing on the skin. And I do the same to the other side. And again, making this initial cut really helps a lot. And so the tip is pointed slightly down. Run it through to the end, then just cut right along the spine. Get the shears and cut the whole fillet out. I'm going to remove the meat from the skin again, and then later on I'm going to scrape the bones of the carcass. But there's actually, this one came off so clean there was hardly anything to scrape off. So those are the fillets, and I'm going to cut right along the pin bone. And notice the color of the Humuhumu ele ele. The meat is nice and pink. So I'm going to cut right on the pin bone, and there's one. And then I'm going to run right along the rib cage to remove the bones. There we go. Do the same to the other one. Same deal. It's really interesting how it seems to me that the rib cage seems different on both sides, but I don't know. That's just my imagination. So those are the four nice fillets I got off of that Humuhumu ele ele. So now we're going to make the sauce, and normally I would use shoyu, but don't have any, or soy sauce. I don't have enough actually, so we're going to use some somen sauce, and this is the Lilikoi from our Lilikoi fruit. So I'm tasting it. Could use a little bit more. So this is the extract. So it's really an interesting flavor, and then plus the somen sauce is sweet as well. So you have this really nice, sweet, fruity, tangy taste. So a little bone there. And what we're going to do is we're going to marinate this in this sauce for a couple hours, put it back in the fridge. And normally I would like to do it for an entire day, but we're gonna have this for dinner tonight. So it's been soaking for a couple hours, and you can see the color. It smells really good. You can really smell the lilikoi. So I'm gonna pat it dry. And again, normally I would marinate it for um, a day, and then when we dry it, I would let it sit in the refrigerator for a couple hours. But we're going to have to make dinner. So I'm going to get my knife here, and the hard part with these small fillets is it's hard to get good nigiri sushi size pieces. So there's one right there, and then you know on the piece that's remaining, because it's so small, it tends to be thick on one side. So I'm going to slice it in half, almost butterfly it. So I get my sushi size or nigiri size pieces with a decent thickness. And I'm just gonna end up making 3 sushi, even though I'm cutting it here, and the rest we're gonna fry up. Same thing, you end up with this one piece that's super thick on one side. So what I do here is just take it and cut it in half. I love the color. You can see the nice clean whiteness there. Now, this isn't going to be the greatest sushi making video because my hands are like cramping. So that's some wasabi. The reason why is I was doing a lot of sanding before then. And so I'm going to take a little wasabi, put it on the rice, and lay on the humuhumu, and get my first piece. So keep my hands nice and wet. And there's one piece. And I'm only going to make 3 of these because I'm the only one that eats raw fish. And so we're going to fry up the rest. And normally they'll come out much nicer, but again, like my hands are like shot from sanding, working on our table. But it didn't look the greatest, but when we tasted it, when I ate it, it was super delicious. That tang of the lilikoi really added to it. The fish was pretty soft, but it wasn't as soft as it would have been if I had more time. But it's fresh from the ocean, right to the table. And that's our Nigiri Lilikoi Humuhumu ele ele sushi. It was super good. Oh, there's one little piece there. Thanks for watching, and aloha.